Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your November 16th to the 30th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Excuse me. Now let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Libra, November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Let me see if I can do something about that glare. Okay, so obviously no. It's a good shot though. All right. Now, before we turn these over, let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Libra, November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This one. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here rebirth, which is the Earth Star Chakra. Then we have spiritual awakening, which is the Crown Chakra. And we have forgiveness, which is the Heart Chakra. And we'll get into these in just a moment when we see what the tarot has to say. So the left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. We have the King of Waters. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We have the Ace of Water, so divinity is handing you a gift. You are most definitely taking it. We have you coming through as justice. You're represented by justice in the major arcana. You're represented by the swords in the minor arcana. So the essence of you is shining through. We then have the 10 of Earth right here. We have the High Priestess, the 5 of Water, the 4 of Water, and Love, which is a Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. We then have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Eight of Wands, the Fool, and the Wheel of Fortune. Awesome. Okay, so let's see how these all correlate. So we're having here rebirth. There is a change of seasons that is definitely coming in and rooting your public arena as you follow a new path. And there's a passion that ignites inside of you and it moves you forward rather quickly. There is a sense here of your heart being rooted in love and in mystery. So as you are reborn, there is this power, there's this purpose, there's this determination that comes forward with you, in you, that guides you towards something more. So here it's the rooted part of yourself. It's the part that is planted on this earth, on this ground, that is reborn, that moves you forward. You're looking at things differently, more powerfully, more openly, more honestly with yourself. Because you're crowned with a spiritual awakening. You're crowned with a sense of stepping into a new existence, a new power, a new understanding. And as you do so, you step into a greater truth. It's what you're crowning yourself with. Visualize taking a crown out of its box. So you have this beautiful crown. It's in this beautiful velvet box. And you crown yourself with it. You take it out of the box. You put it on your head. And it is filled with this warmth. You can feel it. I can feel it very much in the palms of my hands. All right? It's filled with this warmth. And you put it on. And you can feel it especially in your temples. This knowledge coming in. This awakening. This insight. Because you're seeing beyond the veil of things. You're seeing beyond what people want you to see. To where it is that you truly need to be. To what it is that you truly desire. And it calls for, as you have this awakening, as you have this knowledge guiding you forward, it calls for forgiveness. Forgiveness of others, yes. Okay? Forgiving them, but not saying, oh, let's be best friends. Like, oh, come over for dinner type of thing. You don't ever have to break bread with them to forgive them. It's saying, I do not want your nonsense in my head anymore. You do not get to define me. And this forgiveness then morphs into something much more powerful. It is the forgiveness of the self. It's the forgiveness of you. For letting the pain seep into your heart and take over your life. For not being enough. For being too young. For being too in love. For being too this. For being too that. Too trusting. Too naive. However you're defining it to yourself. It's forgiveness. For making one bad decision. It's forgiveness. For making a bad decision. It's forgiveness. It's forgiveness. And it's not for anybody else. It is powerfully, purposefully, and absolutely internally for you and eternally for you. And just look at it. Just look at all the hurts and the pains that we carry with us. And we say, this is my shame. This is what I never want anybody to know about me. And to look at that and say, I forgive it. I forgive me. And I do not need skeletons in my closet anymore, because I am moving forward in blessings and in justice to myself, in discernment to myself. And here's the thing with forgiveness. When you start to walk down that road, what you find is acceptance. What you find is a semblance of peace. What you find is power. And let's look at your inner self. Well, not your inner self. Let's look at the people who will aid you. We'll get to your inner self in just a moment. Who are the people who will aid Libra? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. Who are the people who will aid Libra? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have here the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Right? This is a person who is passionate, who is powerful. You have the Queen of Fire right here. It could be the same person. This is a person who helps spark the fire inside of you, helps you to move forward, helps you to see the greater pictures, to see the powerful, the beautiful within. It leads you then to the King of Wands. Now, this could be a couple right here. This could be, two people that have come together who, now when I say a couple, I automatically thought, oh, this is a person who's in a relationship. Like this is a romantic couple. But Spirit is saying, no, don't jump the gun. It doesn't have to be. This could be people who work so well together that they inspire you. And you're sitting there and you're looking at them and you're kind of like, I never knew that you could work together this way. Or I never knew it could be like this. Because what you had in your head, what you thought was normal, what you thought was going to be your truth, you find that it's changing. You find that you are moving forward more. And it's like, oh. And this is like your inspiration right here. The King and the Queen of Wands. I picked this card up, but everything would fall. So these are people who aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, really get into the middle of things. There's passion here. And there's something that links you when it comes to the public arena, when it comes to your career, when it comes to what you desire. And it brings you then to the Prince of Wands. You're very connected with fire sign energy, which is interesting because usually, Libra, you'll find fire sign energy to be a bit much. It's like, okay, just calm down. But these are people who are inspiring you to move forward. These are people who are, showing you a different way, opening up doors. And you're like, oh my gosh, okay, I get it. And they can be talking about something totally different. But what you're seeing, what you're taking in, you're like, oh, that pertains to this aspect of my life. It's like, that's what I desire. That's what I need. And it really opens up your heart in your inner self. You're really looking at your heart. You're looking at ruling you. So the cool thing with the King of Cups is that the King of Cups rules one person, himself. And you might sit there and think, well, no, he's a king. He rules so much more. But in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he is a king on a rock in the middle of the sea. Yes, you can say, okay, he's a king. He rules more people. But in that moment, in that image, he rules just one person, himself. And in this world, we rule just one person, ourselves. And that's what you're doing during this time. You're connecting with your heart. This is why the heart chakra of forgiveness is so important for you. So important for what you perceive to be horrible things, for what is hurt and pain and sorrow that has led you to a place of feeling not enough. And why I say what you perceive to be horrible things, because sometimes we make things in our mind so much greater than they actually were. Like you could talk to a person and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did this and I was rude at that moment. Not anything big. I'm just talking about our normal interactions with life. And the person can look at you and say, I don't even remember what you're talking about. I don't even remember saying that. I don't even remember that. So it becomes a very big thing to us. It may not be a very big thing to somebody else. But what we're doing here is we're releasing ourselves. Especially of the hurts and the pains that we accumulate when we're small. When we don't have the power to change the world. We don't. We're told what to do throughout the day. We have very little power to change a lot of things when we're little. And it's that forgiveness, and it's that stepping into your heart, your love, your soul, yourself. And it's saying, I rule one person in my life. I rule me. And I move forward in that truth. And from now on, it's kind of like your heart is your cornerstone. It's not being fully emotional, because that never ends well. That always is a bit chaotic. It's being right in the middle. It's having that logic and that emotion come together and being right in the middle. Because I believe that we are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we have to give our hearts credit. Instead of saying, no, it has to be just, it has to be fair, it has to be like this. I have to balance all the scales. It's saying, I need to embrace what I love as I move forward. And I need my heart to be the scale for me. My truth may not be somebody else's truth, but it is my wisdom that leads me. It is my soul that guides me. And the first thing off the bat is you taking this gift of love, of healing, of coming together, of understanding. And it washes away a lot of the hurts, a lot of the pains that you have. And this makes, for you, internally, this makes this a very sensitive, and you might find this to be a very emotionally vulnerable time. So you are embracing your heart. You are having this gift from divinity come forward, washing away doubts, washing away fears, moving you towards more. And this is why you're so inclined to really be inspired by people's passions, by people's determinations. You might find yourself really seeking out inspiration, really seeking out the whys and the how comes and other people's stories, and just being inspired, because your heart is cleansing and your heart is empowering you. And you want to see other people's hearts because you can see behind the mask to the center of them. And what you're also doing now is you're seeing behind the mask to the center of you. A lot of times we don't like to look there. It's like, oh no, don't look at the person behind the curtain. Now that's all you can see. And it can become overwhelming. It's like, oh, this is the truth. And you start to really embrace your truth, your passion, your power. And you move forward in justice. You cut through doubts and fears. You move forward in justice of self, justice of soul, justice of being. This is the essence of you. And at the essence of you, at the center of you, you have this justice coming in. You spread your wings. You fly forward. You embrace grace. You are empowered, you are emboldened, and you are invigorated. And as you do so, okay, as you start, because the thing I always got with justice, it's always that justice, I tend to take things quite literally, right? I'm an air sign energy, as are you guys. So we can tend to take things very, very literally. And so here, there is a sense of thinking, okay, it has to be kind of like the letter of the law, justice. But this is the justice of the heart. All right? Now, that can mean many things. But what it means here, what Spirit is saying, is that it has to be the truth for your being, for yourself, for your soul, your justice, your understanding. This is discernment. This is saying, I can't have everybody's energy affecting me. I can't be what everybody wants me to be. I need to be discerning of the people I let into my life, of the power that moves me forward, of the grace that I walk in. Because we can't be everything. We can't be everybody's idea of perfect. You simply have to be your truth and enough for you. And it leads you to the 10 of earth. It leads you to, as you conquer this, which, I mean, this takes a lifetime. This is a lifetime's work, right? And there is this knowledge, this beauty coming in. So there is a sense here that you're really getting this during this time frame. It brings you to a wealth that lasts for generations. It brings you to prosperity. And when divinity says wealth, it's not the way we see wealth. So we see wealth as like a zillion zeros in our bank account, which would be awesome. And I would wish that upon absolutely every person. But when Spirit sees wealth, they see a determination of spirit. They see a grace of soul. They see happiness. They see love. They see joy. And this is how Spirit judges wealth. So when Spirit says money or something you value as much as money is coming into your life, it means that there is an increase in happiness or an increase in the path towards happiness. And as you embrace what you love, you embrace a joy, a brilliance, and a truth that is profoundly astounding. Because people can have, millions of dollars and be absolutely miserable. Money doesn't buy happiness. There's a certain point where you're making a certain amount of money, right? And your debts can be paid, you're paying all your bills. That is a place where you're free. But you add more and more on, it can become chaotic. It can become too much. And we sit there and say, oh, I would rather be a little bit too much like that than another way. But here it is saying there's balance. There's an end of a cycle. There's a brilliance of truth. Don't pass it up, because it's not how we think wealth should be. It's how divinity knows wealth is. And so you call in this wealth that lasts for generations. Now, here, with this connection to your inner self, with this ruling of your one life, right? Even if you believe in incarnation. I remember I had a Buddhist monk describe it to me. And it was said that we're like a fire pit, filled with wood. And we come back until there's no more wood to be burnt, until there is only ashes. So we better learn our lessons, because we never know which life holds the ashes that come next. Which life will be our last. So even if you believe in reincarnation, right, there is this sense here of embracing a truth, a power, a determination, a cleansing of heart and of soul that leads you into your power and brings forward wealth. And if you can show, and if you can live that wealth within you, okay? That beauty. It will affect every person that you meet. And it doesn't matter if they're related to you or not. It will affect everything. And it will move you forward in an astounding way. And it brings you then to the High Priestess. It brings you to looking behind the veil. The High Priestess sees what others do not. The High Priestess is very quiet, very observant, very centered. So you have a king here, right? So kings, I see them as more actors upon the stage. People pay more attention. Queens, more directors behind the scenes. Okay, still powerful, but not as seen. You are going to be very comfortable being behind the scenes, connecting with your emotions. People will see your heart. They will comment about it. They really will. But you are embracing your truth. You see behind the veil. You see behind the masks that people wear and the way that they want you to see them. And you see the truth of things. You see an honesty and an openness and a coming together. This means that you're not buying what everybody is selling. You're looking at things, you're stepping back, and you're like, oh, this is my heart. This is my soul. This is myself. This is the way I need to move forward. This is an astoundingly spiritual time for you. This is an astoundingly powerful time for you. And as you awaken into the power of your heart, into the grace of your mind, it can be very disconcerting, okay? Because life can just become a little too intense. Things can become a little bit too raw. And as you embrace your truth, as you embrace your passion, as you embrace your power, you move forward. And you move forward seeing with the Five of Water, seeing the hurt and the heartbreak and the pain that you have been focusing on. And say, I can't do this anymore. And I don't want to. And you turn around. And you see the Two of Cups that stands. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, 2 cups stands behind the person who is focusing on the cups spilt on the ground. On the wine spilt that stains the ground like blood. And you turn around. And you see healing, beautiful love waiting for you. There is healing after heartbreak, after pain, after disappointment, after anger, after upset. You're embracing this wisdom, this knowledge, and you embrace this healing. And it moves you to the Four of Waters, right? To the Four of Cups, to God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift that is astounding, that is brilliant, that is unexpected, and you take it. Well, yeah, you do take it, okay? You definitely do. But it takes a moment because it's not what you're expecting. It's not as pretty and as ornate, or maybe even in the realm of what you're looking at. And you're looking at things and you're like, oh, wow, is that it? Is that how I move forward? Is that what I've been waiting for? And the Lover says, yes, it is. This is healing, beautiful love. This is caring. This is compassion. This is the heart coming in. This is a duality of spirit. This is a connection with the soul. And this is the prosperity that makes you fall in love with life again. Now, there could be a relationship that is strengthened here. It can be a romantic relationship. It can be, just a personal relationship that needed to be strengthened. And it comes forward, strengthening, building deeper bonds. But there's also a sense of following wisdom, of following, going deeper into your soul, deeper into yourself, deeper into what it is that you desire and the duality of your existence. Because we like to think ourselves one way or the other. And here it's embracing the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. Here it is being blessed by your angels as you move forward. Here it is walking in love. And this is a time that is all about love. Not love as it comes on the radio. The Greeks had many words for love. You had eros, which was erotic love. That's where our word erotica comes from. Okay? You had familiar love, I believe. Yes. Which was the love of family. You had agape love, which then was the transcendent love, that beautiful love. Agape love is the love that they say that Christ had when he died on the cross. And so it does not matter what you believe in. It matters that there is this deep love here that is claiming you that is saying, I walk with you. I walk with you in this power, in this grace, in this harmonizing truth. And I want you to embrace this love. Because our world is always caught up in the erotic love. We think the erotic love should last forever. We think the erotic love is the only love there is. It's just not true. If we could pick one love to be powered by, the love of family, the love of those that we give our loyalty to, that's a good one. That's the one we kind of poo-poo nowadays. But the agape love, the love that transcends everything, and the love that is almost beyond comprehension, that is the love of God's, right? That is the love of the God's head that is hidden within man. And we can find that love within. And during this time, what's really cool is you come very close to fully embracing it. And why I say very close is because Spirit says, once you do embrace it, you transcend. You become completely different. And that can be, for some, it's like this opening up the doors, this embrace of grace. And your life will never be the same afterwards. And it's a good thing. It's an intense thing. But it's a path that is astounding. And it really does. It's so funny because, we're sitting here, we're talking about love. Spirit is showing this transcendent, beautiful power coming forward. And we have the Queen of Fire. And the Queen of Fire is this earthly plane. It is passion, it's determination, it's moving forward in career. And we have this real connection with the inspiration for your career to move you to unimagined places. And you're taking control of things. You're looking at things more deeply, more honestly, more openly, more passionately, more powerfully. And as you do so, you are becoming more. And here, the candle illuminates your heart chakra. Okay? It illuminates your heart. It moves you towards what you love. Your soul is going into your work a bit more, a bit more. Now, your job may very well be your job, but that might not be the work that you are meant to do on this earth. It's the work that pays the bills. It can be a hobby on the side that is your true love, your true passion. It can be your family that is your true love, your true passion. Whatever it is that is your reason for getting out of bed in the morning, it is illuminated and it lights your path forward. And you breathe it. I just see this as kind of air coming out of her mouth, the exhale, the power that she breathes forward is the passion, is the fire, is the truth. And things start moving quickly for you, Libra, as you embrace this passion, as you embrace this love. And things start speeding up. It's like ready or not, here it comes. And it brings you to walking a new path. Why? Well, you can't help it. You can't help but walk a new path as you take this gift, as you move forward, as love transcends. And people will sit there and be like, what the heck are you doing? Are you foolish? I don't understand. Because they love differently. It doesn't mean that they love wrongly, but they're not embracing the world with the love that you are, with the passion, with the heart's truth, with the cleansing, with the power that you are. And so people will sit there and say, are you foolish? And know that you are not. That you are embracing your heart, your soul, and yourself. That you're moving forward in passionate power. That you're becoming the hero of your journey. Because love transcends. And love is raising you to new heights and new powers. And it's a new season that you're walking into. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. And at times you feel like you're on a roller coaster ride because you're getting so much emotion, so much intensity from the world. That you have your highs, your lows, your lefts, your rights, but you have the repeat of the number 10. You have a new cycle coming in. You're entering into a new phase of existence, a new embrace of prosperity as you embrace love. As there's this power to you. So let's go deeper. Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. And let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Libra needs to be mindful of? November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. Who are the people Libra needs to be mindful of? November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have here strength. We have a Leo energy. This is a fire sign energy, funny enough. Time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. And this is a person who is going to use brute force strength to get what they want. And since you are so embedded in kind of the essence of love here, okay, the compassion of the heart, the soul, the self, brute force, the sense of I will get what I want and I will charge forward and you will, it doesn't resonate with you. And it will not resonate with you during this time. You actually find it rather repellent. And then we have the Prince of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, because you are an air sign energy, you're very drawn to this energy. But this person is moving forward too quickly and also too sharply. They're not thinking things through. And this is a time where your heart and your mind are kind of melting together and bringing you forward in profound truth. This is exquisite. This is one of the most exquisite readings I have seen so far. Like, seriously. And then we have the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is a person who is too emotional, and they will drag you in. We have the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, which is an Aries energy, the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Hermit, which is the Virgo energy, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Boon. They're all named differently here, so I'm just translating them into the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The Seeker of Vision, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so we start off here with you. And this is called the Seeker of challenges, right? The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords here, even though you have a confrontation with the Knight of Swords, there's an energy here that's moving too quickly for you. You yourself, right? As you come through as the essence of you in the main part of the reading, as we go deeper, you are the defender, you are the knight, and it's of your heart, and it's of this gift. It's like you're defending this gift. This is sacredly important to you. Walk in your truth. Do not, though, get consumed, okay, by defending it, by thinking you have to fight and fight and fight. This is a sense of standing your ground, knowing your truth, moving forward, okay, consulting your heart and your mind. This is your heart and your mind coming together. Your mind being the defender, okay, because sometimes our hearts can be intense, a little bit silly at times, and it's connecting. It's connecting the heart with the mind. And as you move forward in this, you have the Forest Lord. You have the Emperor. Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. You have the sense of claiming your throne, of knowing your greatness, of sitting there and saying, okay, I've fallen and I failed before. But who hasn't? I embrace my truth. I embrace my passion. I move forward in justice to me, in discernment of self, in the essence of my being. And you have the Two of Spells, the Two of Wands. As prosperity comes in, okay, the world starts to open up. And you start to see the magic that is around you, the magic that propels you forward, the way that you can move into greatness. And it brings you then to the Ten of Swords. As this comes in, as the veil is lifted from your eyes, as you change your mind and change your life, there's doubts and fears and darkness that comes. And there's a sense of thinking, I can't do this. You know, it doesn't fit into the time frame. I'm too young. I'm too old. I have too much to do. You know, what the heck is going on here? I'm overwhelmed. The Ten of Swords is the darkness before the dawn. There is here as the heart is opening, there's a part of you that thinks, I cannot stand this vulnerability. I cannot be like this. I cannot move forward this way. And this brings forward an ending because the moon comes in. You have moonlight right here. Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th time frame. This is a looking at fears. And this is a facing fears. And they can also be, here the rabbits are looking in the moon. And it just makes me think of that myth, that legend where the person thinks the moon is in the water. And they go to get the moon, but they can never get the moon. And the moon always disappears. Our fears, if we do not confront them, if we don't go after them, we will never realize that it is simply a reflection of greater light. Our fears are a reflection of our apprehension in ourselves, of our doubts, of the chaos we do not want to revisit. And this is then, as we face our fears, as we look at the shadows, and we sit there and we say, you do not get to rule my existence. There's power, there's beauty, there's peace that comes. And that's what you have here with the Four of Cups. You take this gift that seems so mundane, that seems so plain, but it opens your heart to something so much more than you expected. It heals you. It doesn't take away, the fears completely, but it has you look at the fears and say, no, you don't get to rule me. I have something more beautiful here. And then there's power. There's power that comes from that. From saying to the fears, I understand that you're there. I understand you have a purpose. You're what kept my ancestors alive. You're what keep me alive. That sense of, oh, don't take that route. It's a little scary. And so you take a different route. And you're like, oh, okay, good job. And so here, you don't want to not trust your instincts, but you cannot be ruled by fear. And then it brings you to the Hermit. As you embrace your love, you become very introverted, okay? Very connected, very quiet. This is also Virgo energy, August 23rd to September 22nd is the time frame. But you embrace the quiet, the peace, the coming together. It's a sacred retreat. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. As you move forward, as you are queen of your passion, of your purpose, of the fire that guides you, as you move forward more quickly than you imagined. And I love this. I think it's so sweet. You have all the rabbits around her, keeping her warm. But she's also protecting them. It's a give and a take, right? They are warming her. And she's protecting them. And that's what you need in this world. You need the give and the take. You're tired of things being out of balance. And it moves you. It moves you as you go on this journey. You become the knight of your heart. You become the defender of your heart. You are the knight of your heart and of your mind. The defender of two sacred truths. And it brings you to the Nine of Pentacles, to prosperity, to bounty, to a harvest that comes. As the world changes, as you enter into a new season, there's a celebration, a job well done. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Libra, November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. We have here the White Raven. Trust the magic within. Seriously, Libra, trust the magic within. It's leading you to places that are absolutely astounding. And I see the magic as the God's head within us. It could be conjuring magic if that's what you're into. That's totally cool. But I see it as the God's head. Brahma saying, I hide the God's head within you, because that is the one place you will never look for it. And you are looking and you are finding. And you're seeing this power and this greatness. And then it leads you to the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. It is time to take your dreams and make them part of your world. And then we have the eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. Spirit sees more clearly, flies higher than you could ever have imagined. And Spirit has your back, fiercely, profoundly, and deeply. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the snake spirit. Time to heal. This is a profound time to heal, a shedding of a skin, and entering into a new phase of life. You might feel very vulnerable while this happens. Why? Because when a snake is shedding their skin, they don't see as well. So they kind of lash out a little bit more because they're protecting themselves. You might find you lash out a little bit more because you are protecting yourself as you move forward, as you have this overwhelming, empowering, invigorating, amazing love coming into your life. Your subconscious chakra message is divine wisdom. You walk in divine wisdom. You do. There is grace, there is knowledge, there is beauty, there is healing that comes to you. And it leads you then to your subconscious person message, which is the King of Pentacles. Prosperity, success, grounding. It's so interesting because you are so rooted here in love and in the esoteric, the spiritual, the divine. And yet, in the public arena, you're very focused on the here and the now. And on the inner self, it's like there's prosperity, there's power that leads you forward. There's something greater on the horizon. And the doors are being opened to it. You are being open to it. This leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is temptation. Now, this is the devil spirit. This is the devil spirit. This is the devil in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is Capricorn energy. December 22nd to January 19th is the time frame. You will find that as you are embracing this love, as you are embracing this passion, you are being tempted by what you were once addicted to or what you once thought you needed to be in order to be happy. And now you're finding that you're transcending, okay, other people's demands. You are transcending the weight that the world puts on our shoulders. And you are embracing the truth of you. And it brings you deeper into your subconscious. And it brings you to, you have the Fool again. You're starting your path. You have the white heart right here, the white stag. And you move forward in your knowledge, in your truth. People will say this is a fool's journey. This is a sacred journey. This is you becoming the hero of your story. And yes, multiple times we need to claim being the heroes of our stories because the world is hard and life is hard. And sometimes we forget. But a new journey definitely awaits. You have that repeated here, and that is beautiful. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. It was an absolute pleasure to bring it to you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we step into love, as we step into a world that cleanses our soul and balances ourselves. Libra, your world is love. You are made to walk in the love of your life and to be in love with your life. That is one of your highest goals and the greatest form of justice for you. And here you are embracing your love. and you are moving yourself forward in a way that you had never imagined to be true, but always dreamt of. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.